Assalamu alaikum. Today's ayah is verse 166 to 167 of Surah Al-Baqarah. Let's begin with the vocabulary. تبرأ يتبرأ to disown. اتبع يتبع to follow. أرى يري to show. حسرة حسرات regret. With that, let's move on to today's ayah. إذ تبرأ الذين اتبعوا من الذين اتبعوا ورأوا العذاب وتقطعت بهم الأسباب وقال الذين اتبعوا لو أن لنا كرة فنتبرأ منهم كما تبرأوا منا كذلك يريهم الله أعمالهم حسرات عليهم وما هم بخارجين من النار. Now let's walk through each verse together. First we have إذ تبرأ. إذ means when. It's usually used for past events, but in the Quran, it's also used for future events because for Allah, the future is as certain as the past. تبرأ means he disowned. Ta prefix and the shata on the second radical indicate form 5. Next, we get the subject of the sentence, which is الذين اتبعوا. الذين means those who. اتبعوا means they were followed. Hamzat al-wasl and the ta infix indicate form 8. But notice the dhamma on the ta infix, so it becomes 2. This gives us uttubi'u with the ui vowel pattern, which means this is a passive perfect verb. The verb root is taba'ain, but the first radical is assimilated with the 2 infix. The u ending indicates 3 and p, so this phrase الذين اتبعوا means those who were followed. Moving on, we get من الذين اتبعوا. The preposition min is connected to the verb تبرأ. الذين means those who, and اتبعوا means they followed. Notice again the difference between the passive and active forms. اتبعوا means they were followed, while اتبعوا means they followed. So الذين اتبعوا means those who follow, or simply the followers. And the first line, إذ تبرأ الذين اتبعوا من الذين اتبعوا means when those who were followed disown their followers. Here we have 2 groups, the followers and those who were followed. So who exactly are these people? The previous verse talked about people taking equals or rivals besides Allah. So this verse can be understood as referring to those who follow false leaders or anything other than Allah for that matter. Moving on to the second line, we have وَرَأَوُا الْعَذَابَ. وَرَأَوُ is wa plus ra'au, meaning they see. U ending indicates 3 and p perfect. But as I mentioned earlier, the meaning here refers to a future event. It's from the root ra hamza ya, but the final weak letter ya drops out when the u ending is attached. In the previous verse, we looked at 3 and p imperfect form yarauna. In that form, both the second and third radicals were dropped. Next, al-azaba means the punishment. It's an accusative as the object. Moving on, we have وَتَقَطَّعَتْ بِهِمُ الْأَسْبَابِ. وَتَقَطَّعَتْ is wa plus تَقَطَّعَتْ, meaning to be cut off. It's from the root قَفْ تَعَيْن, and we already saw the form 1 verb from this root in verse 27. This verse is talking about people who break the sacred connections that Allah commanded people to maintain. Here, يَقْطَعُونَ means they break or cut. Coming back, the ta prefix and the shata on the second radical indicate form 5. Form 5 carries passive-like meaning, so it gives us the meaning to be cut off. The ta suffix with sukun indicates 3fs perfect. The verb is feminine because the following subject is a broken plural, which is treated as feminine singular. Moving on, bihim is be plus him, meaning between them. Al-asbab means the ties or relations. It's the plural of sabab, which is in MSA usually means a reason or cause. Asbab is in nominative as the subject. So the second line, وَرَأَوُا الْعَذَابَ وَتَقَطَّعَتْ بِهِمُ الْأَسْبَابُ means, and they see the punishment and the ties between them are cut off. So to recap this ayah, it warns about the day when the followers will be disowned by those they followed, the day when they will see the punishment and when the ties between them will be cut off. That's all for verse 166. Let's move on to the next verse. First we get وَقَالَ meaning and will say. Again, even though this is a perfect tense verb, it is referring to a future event. The next phrase is الَّذِينَ تَبَعُوا. We already saw this in the previous verse, and it means those who followed. Moving on, let's see what these people say. We have لَوْ أَنَّ لَنَا كَرَّةً. لَوْ means if or if only, and we'll come back to the particle anna in a moment. Lana is la plus pronoun na, literally meaning for us, but idiomatically it means we have. Next, karratan means a return. It's an accusative as the subject of anna, and the verb to be is implied. So, lana karratan means there were a return for us, or we had a return. Here, anna is necessary because the particle lau cannot be followed directly by a verbless clause like this. So the first line, وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوا لَوْ أَنَّ لَنَا كَرَّةً means, and those who followed will say, if only we had a return. Here, a return means another chance. Moving on to the second line, we have فَنَتَبَرَّأَ مِنْهُمْ. فَنَتَبَرَّأَ is particle fa plus natabarra'a, meaning so that we may disown. It's the same verb we saw in the previous verse. The ta prefix of form 5 is also the same, but this time na prefix and fata at the end indicate first person plural subjunctive, so we can translate it as so that we may disown. Minhum is min plus pronoun hum. Min goes with the previous verb, and hum means them. Moving on, we get kama tabarra'u minna. Kama is preposition ka plus connecting particle ma, meaning as. Tabarra'u means they disowned. It's the same verb as this one. The u ending indicates 3MP perfect. Minna is preposition min plus pronoun na, meaning us. So the second line, فَنَتَبَرَّأَ مِنْهُمْ كَمَا تَبَرَّأُوا مِنَّا means so that we may disown them as they disowned us. And to recap from the first line, the meaning is, and those who followed will say, if only we had another chance, so that we may disown them as they disowned us. Moving on, we have كَذَلِكَ يُرِيهِمُ اللَّهُ أَعْمَالَهُمْ. كَذَلِكَ is ka plus ذَلِكَ, meaning like that. Yurihim means it's yuri plus object pronoun him, meaning he will show them. U prefix and kasra as the stem vowel indicate form 4 3ms imperfect. The form 1 verb is ra'a yara, meaning to see. Form 4 verb has a causative meaning, so it means to show. Next, Allahu is nominative as the subject. A'malahum is a'mala plus possessive pronoun hum, meaning their deeds. It's an accusative as the object. The next phrase is hasaratin alayhim. Hasaratin means it's the plural of hasra, meaning regret. It's an accusative, so we can understand it like an adverb or object complement as regrets. Alayhim is ala plus him, meaning upon them. So the first line, كَذَلِكَ يُرِيهِمُ اللَّهُ أَعْمَالَهُمْ حَسَرَاتٍ عَلَيْهِمْ means, like that, Allah will show them their deeds as regrets upon them. Moving on to the second line, we get وَمَا هُمْ بِخَارِجِينَ. وَمَا is wa plus ma, meaning and not. Hum means they. بخارجين is be plus خارجين. The preposition be is for emphasis. And خارجين follows the fa'il pattern. So it's an active participle of خرج, meaning to come out. ina ending means it is genitive because of be. So this phrase means they are not coming out. Finally, we have minan nar, meaning of the fire. So the second line, وَمَا هُمْ بِخَارِجِينَ مِنَ النَّارِ means, and they are not coming out of the fire. Alright, if you found this lesson helpful, please hit the like button so more people can learn the Quran. Let's finish by reviewing the meaning of both ayahs. When those who are followed disown their followers, and they see the punishment and the ties between them are cut off. And those who followed will say, if only we had a return, so that we may disown them as they disowned us. Like that, Allah will show them their deeds as regrets upon them, and they are not coming out of the fire.